that's about the only way I can describe the game. A lot of guts, a lot of heart. I mean, they fought all the way to the literally the last play. And it was just a magical night in the valley. It was a magical night. They're all big. I mean, when this is your livelihood, trust me, they're all big. They're all huge. Uh, but every now and then, you just get a moment or two along the way, along the journey, that you just kind of just take a deep breath. And this is one of them. You're talking about the winningest program in the history of college football. Uh, I'm proud of our guys. Uh, but one of the things I told our guys going into this game is, you know what? All you got to do is be who you are. The media didn't give us much of a chance in this game. Uh, and I told the guys, I said, look, just be who you are. The last 38 years, if you did based on the media, if you did a poll that said who has had the most wins between Notre Dame and Clemson over the last 38 years, everybody'd say Notre Dame. They'd be wrong. It's Clemson. Clemson's had more wins, more bowl wins, more top 25 finishes, more 10-win seasons. And so my message to the team was, listen, just be Clemson. You be who you are. We don't buy the lie. Don't buy the lie. And I'm glad our guys, and I don't know who Aaron Taylor is, but I guess he's an analyst or a commentator. I know I didn't spell it right, but he did. The comment was that we weren't going to be ready. Clemson wouldn't be ready. And the word was our crowd was going to be lugubrious when the game was over. Now, I don't know how to spell that, all right? I'm hooked on phonics. I just sound it out, lugubrious. But I did look it up. And lugubrious means to look sad and disappointed. And so I want to wish Notre Dame and their lugubrious crowd safe travels back to South Bend. And we will show up in 2020, and we look forward to that trip. So I appreciate the education that we got this week, the vocab lesson. Our players, it was the first thing they said to me when they came in the locker room was, man, that leprechaun was a little lugubrious looking. But at the end of the day, it's about Clemson. That's what I tell our guys all the time. It ain't about who we play. It's about Clemson. It's about, the way we think, the way we prepare, the way we work in the offseason. We're 41-0 now. When we take a lead in the fourth quarter, 41-0. That's all you need to know about how we train, about how we work around here, about how these guys fight, the passion that they bring every day. And just proud of them. I mean, that was a gum mutter, and they found a way to win it. So offensively, the big thing coming to this game was, we hadn't seen a defensive line like we were going to see. Our offensive line, had one of the commentators say, well, you can't really run it at them. Huh? Your offensive line ain't quite really done anything. Well, we rushed for 199 yards. And Gallman had 93, and Watson had 92, and that offensive line gave up no sacks. Artavis Scott was tremendous. Renfro made a big play. We knew coming into this game that the turnover margin was going to be huge. We won the turnover margin 4-1. Obviously, that's the difference in the game, as it has been every time Clemson Notre Dame has played. Is the turnover margin huge? And so really proud of our offense and our offensive line. Defensively, we created three turnovers. 130 yards rushing. Number 20 coming into the game is averaging 150 a game. He went for 50. The storyline coming into the game was this was the best offensive line in all of college football. And if it was going to be raining, then that's advantage Notre Dame. Our defensive line, they showed up. They did an excellent job. Shaq had 3 tackles for loss. We gave up a couple big plays in the fourth quarter. But just kept playing. Just win the next play. Go to the next play, win the next play. That's what we talk about all the time. B.J. Goodson, interception, a fumble recovery in the fourth quarter. Just just tremendous. And the big thing to me coming into this game, after what happened up at Louisville where we gave up the kick return was, listen, we need to win because of special teams, not despite special teams. We need to win because of. And boy, did we win because of. Our punter averaged 45 yards a punt. We made a big field goal in the game in a nasty day. Artavis had 128 yards of kickoff return. You talk about field position. It was huge in this game. I'd said Teasdale averaged 45 yards a punt. Our coverage was good. And then we caused a fumble on kickoff coverage right to open the second half. And Ammon Lacob busting down the field. So just a tremendous, tremendous night in special teams. Really proud of what we were able to get done there. And then all the way to the end, with Zach Brooks coming up with the onside kick to clinch it. So just a great night, one we'll remember for a long time. We're going to enjoy this, but we'll get back in here 6:30 Monday morning, and Georgia Tech's the biggest game of the year. We'll do what we do. And, we wanted to be 4-0. We're happy that we are, but nobody's brought a trophy in here to call the season off. We got a long way to go. And so Georgia Tech's the biggest opponent of the year. Obviously, they're difficult to prepare for. So we'll start that process as coaches tomorrow and with the players on Monday morning. So just very thankful, and just, all the glory to God just to being a part of a game like this and having the privilege to be around a group of young men that genuinely love each other and love what they do. You guys got any questions? I know everybody's up in the press box, so they can't ask questions. I guess we just got you guys.
Hot start. What did that do for you to score so quickly twice in a row?
Well, that's one I thought was one of the keys to the game. I really felt like we needed to get a fast start and get our crowd in the game. I really felt like that was going to be a key for us, and so it worked out that way. It was huge, to get a good return, get good field position, and then to be able to hit a couple of runs and hit a couple of nice plays, and then again Renfro made a big play for us to kind of keep us going there. But great job by Jordan Leggett, punching it in. So it was great. We had a little field position on our side early. And those first two touchdowns, we knew I knew that we had a long way to go. They're very they're just too good. I mean, they're well coached, and sometimes it's a little harder to call the game when it's 21-3 and it's a rainstorm. It's a mess. You don't have a lot of room for error, and you're playing a team that has some explosiveness to them. And again, they got a lot of things in their offensive repertoire. I don't know how to spell that either, but I know that word. And so, they did a good job of finding a couple underneath things. They hit a couple screens on us. Great job on the little play that they got over the top of us. That was a well-designed play, and kind of got them back in the game. But I knew that at some point, literally, we would have to weather, not just the storm we were playing in, but a storm from Notre Dame. And, our guys hung in there and did that.
How much of the talk throughout the course of the week motivated your guys? Because it seemed like everywhere you looked, people were picking Notre Dame, like you said.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, I don't know what else we can do around here. I mean, Notre Dame's the winningest program in all of college football. We've beaten Notre Dame, LSU, Georgia, Ohio State, Oklahoma. Our guys they just play. They don't get caught up in all that stuff. I mean, eventually, my message to our team is, if you don't like something, then you change it. If you got a dream, then you got to take action. And we're in control of what we do, not what some other people say. But yeah, I mean, they live in that world, and you got some guys. I can't remember who the one guy is, and he's talking about all their players, and like we got a bunch of scrubs around here. We got a good football team. We're not a national championship team yet. We beat a really good team tonight. We're a team that I think is going to continue to get better, but every week, man, we gotta bring it. We gotta bring it, and just try to do the best we can each and every week. But our guys, they love playing in games like this. We're now 7-3. We've had 10 top 10 games, I guess, since I've been the head coach, and we're 7-3. So, that's what I was telling the media this week is, listen, our guys have been in games like this. And not only been in them, but they've won them. So they expect to win. That's the biggest change in our program. People ask me all the time, what's different about Clemson? Well, the difference is our guys, there's an attitude of belief. Our guys, they don't hope to win. They expect to win. And they expect to win because they pay the price. They deserve it. You get what you earn. We know nobody's going to give us anything. And if you don't like some of the rhetoric, then, block that out and go play. Because we're good enough. At Clemson, we're good enough to play with anybody. And, we got a group of guys that they all came here for the same reason. They came here to be great. And this was, again, just one of those opportunities that we took advantage of that hopefully can kind of just keep us on track. They played loose. They didn't play any fear. Whether we were 3-1 or 4-0, I wouldn't be loving my guys any less. I love them the same. We Monday'd be the biggest game of the year, getting ready for Georgia Tech. Just went our way tonight. We were able to hang on and find a way to win, and just really happy for our guys. And again, congratulate Notre Dame. They did a tremendous job.
You described this game as a mutter. I certainly understand why you said that. Did that make not giving Notre Dame short fields additionally important?
Absolutely. That's how they got their first 3 points. We didn't contain the kickoff return, we got our contained guy sucks inside, but we got that corrected. But that's they got a short field and they got points. Absolutely. We knew that it would be a long challenge for them. A long night and a tough challenge to go the distance if we could flip. We had one possession in the first, I think it was first quarter, maybe early second quarter, where we were backed up and we were able to get a couple of big first downs and created some big field position. Then we punted them all the way. We had the little pooch punt off the field goal team. That was a big play, I think, to about the 5-yard line. But we let them out of jail a couple times. We had them locked up and let them out. That quarterback is a good football player. I mean, he made some nice scrambles. I can't say enough about Mackenzie Alexander, the job he did. I don't know, did Seven have any catches? All right, he had a couple catches, but this kid was averaging, he's top 10 in the country. And it didn't go his way a whole lot. And I think the presence of number 2 took away some of that confidence. So can't say enough about the way he played.
A couple years ago, Florida State came in here, kind of a similar setup, night game, national TV, and it didn't start well. How important was it to set the tone early? You get those 2 touchdowns, and you're playing with the lead the rest of the night.
Well, that's somebody asked me that earlier, and that's why I said earlier that I really felt like one of the keys for us was we needed to get some type of momentum early. Confidence and get this crowd rolling. That was the other rhetoric, because we had a bad game here a couple of years ago. That's what everybody wants to bring up. But it was a bad game. We had a bad night. But we hit, crazy stuff happens. Drop a ball, they score. Next thing you know, it's 14-0. You hadn't even broke a sweat, and your crowd's flat, and you didn't give them a chance to get into the game. So I thought that was critical. I really thought it was critical to bring the crowd to life, give them something to get excited about, and it just worked out. Kind of just the way we scripted it early on.
Did you guys change what you did at all in the second half because the conditions got so much worse? There's a lot of things that we wanted to do in this game. We had a really good plan, and there was a lot of things that we were excited about coming in this game plan that we just, when you get in a situation like that, especially when you get the lead, now when you're playing from behind, you might, try a few other things, but we just, we were confident in what we were able to do running the ball and then defensively. Again, it's unfortunate they hit a couple of big plays on us, but I'll take my chances with our defense in that situation. So yeah, we called it a little bit differently. We took a shot on the one. I was disappointed that ball got intercepted. We can't let that ball get intercepted. We give a shot there. It's a little underthrown. We got to tackle the guy. Let's get a penalty. It's still our ball. We cannot let the ball be taken away right there from the field position that we had, because we had a chance to pin them deep right there. But that was probably that was a very disappointing play in the second half. They knew we were trying to run the ball, and we had to be creative in what we were trying to do. We knew Deshaun was going to have to be a factor. We kind of had our monsoon plan, if you will, coming into the game on here's what we're going to have to live with this, and we got to make it go. So we were well prepared for whatever the situation was, but we got a lot of things in the inventory that we'll be able to carry for the rest of the year.
There's so much adversity, the rain, of course, 6th-ranked Notre Dame coming in. Do you think this team has set a new benchmark here with this win tonight?
I don't know. I mean, we don't. Not for us. We're just 4-0, and we're just doing what we do. We just put our best foot forward. Other people can figure that out or make those comments. I mean, it's just October the 4th, right now, and we got a long way to go. So. You go lose to Georgia Tech and BC and whoever else we got, then everybody forget about this one real quick. So it's a great win. It's certainly a win that I'm really excited for our fan base. They deserve this one, especially the way Joe Montana kind of took it in 1977. So it's good to be able to kind of get on top and get it. But, we're just 4-0. I mean, it's just kind of the next game for us.
That being said, 4-0, you see this team day in and day out, but how much of a relief is it for you to be able to see them show up against this team?
Well, I mean, it's not a relief. It's what I expect. I mean, it's just I'm not relieved. It's not optional around here. It's an expectation, and our guys, they work too hard. I didn't have any doubt that they would show up and play hard. But it's a tough game, and it's a few plays here and there. You're playing a really good football team, top 5 team in the country. But I'm proud of them. I'm just proud of their fight and their heart and the way. My message was find a way to win. I mean, I'm jogging up the upper deck, and I'm literally jogging, and I'm listening to music. I got my phone with me. I'm listening to music, and I look down, and I'm like, son of a gun. And I swear to you, there is a dang weed the size of this top of this table that's growing in the middle of Death Valley in the upper deck. And I reached down, I tried to pull it up and it won't pull up, and I just took a picture of it on my phone. And that's what I told our team Friday night. I put that picture up there. I said, here's our goal. Just find a way. Just like that weed, adverse situation, surrounded by concrete, nothing. But somehow he found a way to bloom, right? Just bloom, man. Just find a way to get it done. That was the message coming into this one. Not, people were mad at us because we didn't win by enough at Louisville, and we ain't pretty enough or whatever. I don't care about that. Just find a way to win, and let's move on to the next one. And, our guys did that. That's proud of them.
You've played in a lot of games. You've coached in a lot of games. I'm wondering where this ranks as far as gut-wrenching finishes in your career.
Well, I mean, I've had a few of these go against me too. So, football gods kind of have a way of evening them out a little bit every now and then, I guess. But this one was, you're just so caught up into the game every play. I mean, it just this was a special one. There's no doubt. I mean, I've never played against Notre Dame, never coached against Notre Dame. So, this was special. Tim Beret's now 3-0. Tim Kryptonite Beret. He is 3-0 in the Clemson Notre Dame series, and he told me that there's only 5 power teams in the history of football that have a winning record against Notre Dame that have played them at least 3 times. So Clemson's one of them 5. Funky old Clemson. That's pretty neat.
Finding a way to win, sprouting. What does that do for this team going forward?
Well, just momentum. I mean, it just we talk about momentum all the time. It just keeps the momentum going. It's you know, we want to be the best we can be. I mean, we want to win them all. I mean, that's what I tell people every year. Well, Coach, what's your goal? You think y'all can win 10 or more? I know we want to win them all. That's what we want to do. That's our goal, is to try to win every game. But at the end of the day, for us, it's always we always say, hey, the season starts tomorrow. That's how every meeting after a game. Season starts winning, they all say tomorrow. It's a one-game season, and that's just how we look at it. And had this game not gone our way, then we'd be trying to win 11, you know. And that's just the mentality that we have. We move on. When you come in here on Monday, a big old windshield right there, and Notre Dame be in the rearview mirror. It's all about Georgia Tech and just doing what we do to get ready for the next game. But it's just two things. It's great for our fan base. It rewards them for showing up. I mean, we sold out Wofford and App State. And our fan base deserved this game. I mean, I'm so happy for that person sitting up in the upper deck, whatever row, getting rained on. I'm so happy for that person. People that drove hours, people that have been waiting for years to see this game, and I'm so happy for those people. And then for our football team, for us, you know, it's just momentum, just kind of, you know, keep us rolling.
4 years ago, you gave up 70 points in a bowl game. If you were told at that point 4 years later you're going to have to go win multiple goal line stands on defense, what would you have thought?
Well, that's what we're going to do. I mean, I told our team that night when I was standing in there in that locker room, you know, I knew that was a bad night. And if you really know anything about football and you go back and watch the game, you kind of see what happened. It was bam, bam, bam. Next thing you know, it just got away. And everybody, if you're a competitor, everybody's going to have a game like that, a day like that. I don't care who you are. And it was a bad night. But my message to the team after the game was very simple, was, guys, I know it's been this was a bad night, and I know it's been 31 years since Clemson's been to the Orange Bowl. Here's what I'm going to tell you. It ain't going to be 31 years before we're going to be back. And when we get back, we're going to get a different result. Well, 2 years later, we're back, and we beat a 24-1 Ohio State team. So that was what we expected. So that's what that's what I expect. I don't think, you know, to me it's always half full. You know, we're always going to make the next play. We're always going to win the next game. I just don't think, you know, like that. You learn and grow from everything. You have a bad day, hey, let's get better from it. And we were a young football team. We had 42 freshmen on that roster. We had a few things we had to improve, and you know, we've gotten better. We've become one of the best defenses in the country the last several years here, and that's why you got to go recruit well. You know, we just keep recruiting well, and you know, hopefully a lot of those guys saw this game tonight and they realized that, you know what, I don't have to go to Notre Dame or fill in the blank school to be great. I can achieve anything at Clemson and get a top 20 education, and we can play with anybody. We can win at the highest level. So hopefully a lot of those guys saw that. You know, we just keep doing what we're doing.
In a game that was Deshaun versus Deshaun, what can you say about your Deshaun tonight?
Well, I mean, he was amazing. He took care of the ball, first of all. I mean, y'all know, I mean, it was a mess. And, you know, how about Jay Guillermo? How about Jay Guillermo? That's our center, number 57. How about Jim Brown, our long snapper? None of y'all know who he is because their snaps were on the money all night in a rainstorm. I mean, we're a shotgun team, and I'm so proud of those guys. But Deshaun took care of the ball. He made good decisions. He made some nice throws when he needed it. I told him, I mean, he was going to have to run the football for us. I mean, you're in a mutter, and every now and then you're going to need that 12th guy almost. And even though it looked like they had 13 on the field a few times out there with how they were trying to play, but he was awesome. He did a great job. Did exactly what we needed him to do to give us a chance to win the game.
Anything else? Georgia Tech game is 3:30 on ABC.